Hi,
All
V.
right, so yesterday you're under the weather, and you're not one to stay in bed. Were you able to use this 5 4 3 2 1 technique at all towards
This morning I did, but yesterday
bed?
I was wiped. I think the combination of the traveling, and we had a really, really turbulent flight, and just being around all the people, I think just made me kind of just kind of congested.
Well, yeah, huh?
So I didn't use it. I really didn't use anything. I did not do anything yesterday, but I used it this morning.
Yeah, me too.
No, Dana, you used it to stay in bed.
Yeah.
5 4 3 2 1, stay here.
I used it all weekend long, and I used it this morning to get up out of bed and get on the call. I almost didn't make it.
I'm glad you're here. You know, I remember in one of the YouTube videos from the author, she said, like, okay, well, how many people in here want to get in better health? And of course, almost everybody raised their hand. And she was, okay, so how many people in here know how to lose weight and how to get in better health? And of course, hands stay up. She goes, okay, then why aren't we doing it? So just having knowledge isn't enough.
Mm-hmm.
We all know how to lose weight or get in shape or, do most of whatever it is that we want to do. We already know how to do it, but we're just not doing it.
That's right, Chuck.
So what's it going to take? So the author's suggesting that using this method of just 5 4 3 2 1 and do it. We know what to do. We need to do it. So, boom, just get on it. And Pat's back. 5 4 3 2 1.
Hey, Chuck, could you share a little bit from your experience of getting off the sugar? Because you lost like 70 pounds. Right?
Yeah, I did. I lost 70 pounds. It took about 9 months for that to happen.
Wow.
But, I'd be happy to. Well, I went to my regular doctor's appointment, and in fact, okay, well, you got a choice. You are real close to being diabetic. You can either stop eating sugar, or you can, next time I see you, I'm going to have to put you on diabetic medication.
Wow.
So I said, okay, I'll do it.
Uh-huh.
So with Pat's help, I made the commitment to stop eating sugar. And the objective, of course, was to not be diabetic. The weight loss was really just a side effect of stopping eating sugar. But I have to tell you, it was hard. I was like a heroin addict with that stuff.
Wow.
I would actually sit around thinking about sugar.
Uh-huh.
It
Yeah.
does have to
It's addictive.
It is.
Yeah, it really is. And the first couple of weeks were really hard. But I used the same techniques that my 12-step friends use with their addictions. Just like the main thing for me was just, okay, not thinking about that I'm never going to eat another piece of cake the whole rest of my life. I'm just not going to eat that piece of cake that's sitting there. I just want that one.
Yeah.
And just, on a moment by moment basis, not trying to think about the whole process of not eating sugar anymore. It's just doing what's right in that moment. And, I didn't know anything about this 5 4 3 2 1 thing back then, but this probably would have been effective for that as well. Where it's like, okay, 5 4 3 2 1, I'm going to go do something else.
Mhm.
I think your doctor did 5 4 3 2 1 for you when she said either this or that.
Yeah, she really did. Because before that, it was like, okay, you need to eat less sugar. Okay, I'm going to eat less sugar, so I'd eat less sugar, but then kind of drift right back to where I was.
That was a different doctor.
I know, but
Yeah.
still. And that went on for, maybe 2 years of you need less sugar, it's still going up. And, there isn't any less, because if you're an addict, it's you either are using or you're not. And the same was true with sugar for me.
Mm-hmm.
I love that, Chuck. That is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Not only
That's a
that,
huge accomplishment.
the same day he was told, now I've been gluten-free for 7 years, the same day he was told he has to be gluten-free as well.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that was a double whammy for him.
So I was
It's
like,
not
oh,
just not
crap.
eating that particular piece of cake. Oh, now you have to eat gluten-free too. Like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Right.
But let me tell you, you look amazing now. I've seen your pictures from earlier, and it looks like those pictures from earlier are pictures like from later. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You look
Yeah,
You
I
and
mean,
your
a lot of
photos.
people- everything is so much easier now. I just literally everything, even non-physical things. Just I think better.
Yeah.
So it's really incredible. And but I got to give a lot of credit to Pat because when it comes to cooking, you can't imagine how difficult it is to come up with meals that have no gluten and no sugar. So Pat really did a lot to educate herself on how to do that, and that was a big help.
You know, Chuck, I was going to ask you, how important was it to have a partner doing it with you? I mean, like supporting. Yeah, I mean, you guys do everything together, but I mean, I'm getting that was huge, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It was incredibly important.
Yeah.
Whether or not I would have been successful on my own, I don't know. Maybe
Right.
I would, maybe I wouldn't.
Great.
But having a partner sure makes life easier.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It really does.
So she says in the book, the problem is never the diet. The problem is always your feelings about dieting. The
Yeah.
same is true about exercising.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's if you're ruled by your feelings,
Yeah.
you're going to fail.
Yeah.
It's just that simple.
And it says, why is getting healthy so hard? You already know the answer, your feelings. If you feel deprived of bread, you won't stick to your gluten-free diet. And that's really true. Like I've been gluten-free, like I said, for 7 years. And people always ask me, oh, don't you feel deprived of bread? Like this whole bread thing is like a big thing with people. And I love bread, don't get me wrong. But I guess in our society, like, you go to a restaurant and the first thing they put out is bread. So we have to tell people, oh, don't bring us bread, And it's not really a big deal for me any longer.
Yeah.
I just thought of one other thing that was real important in my quest to not eat sugar. And same with gluten was kind of getting it in my mind that sugar was poison to me.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
It's not poison to other people,
Mm-hmm.
but it is to me.
It
And
is actually.
so if someone else is sitting there eating a piece of cake in front of me, that's fine. I'm not going to give them any sugar lecture or or think anything less of them because it's not poison to them, but it is to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the same with gluten too.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I did one time no carb, no sugar diet after I had my son.
Mhm.
Because man, some ladies have morning sickness. I was on fire. I was hungry as heck all the time. Like I was like eating like it's like last days of my life. So
Really?
I didn't do any fast food. I was just hungry, and Ruslan is a big eater, so it makes sense. But so I gained a ton of weight, and I'm like, okay, I have to do something with it. And so I did only 3 months though. I did the no carb, no sugar diet, and I can totally relate to what Chuck's saying. And I didn't do anything sweet at all because you're not supposed to have any kind of sweet. So for the first couple of weeks, it was. I would say for the first week it was hard, but then you stop craving it because your body. It's interesting. Without sugar, you start craving the good stuff. Especially if you work out, you don't crave it after some time. You know what I told myself? That sugar and sweets is plastic. I imagine it made out of plastic. So
Yeah. Wow.
So she's talking about a lot of exercising here, and people wrote to her. So someone says, I just wanted to thank you for saying it in a language I can relate, for making me get off the damn couch and out of my head, for experiencing momentum and just be my awesome self, relief, freedom, and breakthroughs. And she said, freedom and breakthrough, something that we all want. The moment you accept the fact that we just want to do the things that feel easy, you realize the secret to getting healthy is simple. You'll never feel like it. You just have to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So I know a lot of you exercise here. I know Dana and Terrell, you know, I know a lot of you exercise.
CJ does.
CJ, what do you guys, Christine, I don't know if you exercise, but what do you guys do in terms of like getting yourself motivated and just getting out there? I know CJ, you run in the morning. Do you do a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, or you're just so used to it, exercising?
I did it this morning. What chapter are we on?
Chapter 9.
Okay. I think in the next chapter, she talked about sleep. Is that in this one?
That
No.
was the previous chapter.
Okay, so I'm behind.
Yeah. Well, you're on vacation, so you know.
Well, I think I'm behind or ahead or something. But anyway,
And you're out of town again. You came back from vacation, got right on a plane somewhere else.
Exactly. So this morning I woke up. I wasn't sure what time zone I was in. Because it was kind of lit outside. I was like, God, I don't know if I'm in the right time zone. But anyway,
That's a
I was
tough
going to go back
problem
to
to have.
sleep. But it talked about that other chapter about starting another sleep cycle. And so I thought about it. It's like, oh man, if I go to sleep again, or even try to pretend to go to sleep, I'm going to start another sleep cycle.
Yeah, that's a biggie.
So I said 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I got up and I was like, all right, let me go down to the gym in the hotel.
That's good.
Work out. So that's where I'm at now.
So what about you, Dana?
I don't have an issue with getting to the gym. I'm like rather obsessive about the gym. So for me, I don't need to use it because it's just, I love being there. So what I need to use, the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 rule for is food. Because I just overeat. Even if it's healthy stuff, I just overeat. I just love to, and it's kind of my creative avoidance behavior. Like if I don't want to get on the phone and start working, I'll just start like just eating whatever. So for me, that's really my issue. And I think a lot of it is because I was a smoker for so many years, you know, and I wish I would have known this rule when I was younger because I would have used it for that, you know. So I don't have an issue with getting to the gym. I mean, I go twice a day sometimes, and I wish it was part of my work, you know. Like I wish I got paid to go to the gym because I would feel like.
But Dana, isn't that your motivation to go to the gym so you have the freedom to overeat?
No.
Oh,
no,
mine is.
I literally am obsessed with the endorphins that I get from, you know, lifting and running and.
I think about freedom to drink alcohol and eat pizza and I gain weight. So I just go.
That's probably why you is fine.
Me and CJ, are you talking to both of us?
Hey, you can't two-time, Yolanda.
I said, Dana, that's probably why you is fine.
Yes, she is.
Cheryl, what about you? You don't really struggle to get to the gym either, do you?
Not to get there, because I get there okay, because it's kind of a habit now. It's become a habit. But what I have to do it to make myself stay longer, because I like to leave early, as you know, and anything. A basketball game, the gym, the 5 a.m. club. I get in and I like to go to everything, but then leave early. So I am using it to do an extra set of reps.
Why is that? Do you get anxious?
Say again, babe.
Why do you do that? Leave early, do you get anxious?
I think it's restless, distracted, lack of focus, probably. And so I'm kind of ready to get going. So but it does help me also when you were talking about phone calls. It does help me to get started. If I say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, best self, I have to add what I want to do after that. Or phone call coming in, that I've got to be on my game for, I say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, best self, which I've already defined as articulate, energetic, not too manic, and, you know, good listener, that kind of thing. I'm using it that way, and I really like it.
Can I share a funny story from this week when I was at my conference? And I used the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There was this like really handsome dude there, and I met him like the first 5 minutes I was there, and so we started talking right away, and I was like, gosh, he's really smart, which is always really attractive. And so I was like, I'm gonna ask him to lunch. And Danielle was like, you are? So at the break, like I was like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I got up and walked over there and was like, hey, I want to learn more about what you're doing with this and this and this. Can I take you to lunch tomorrow? And he was like, yeah, absolutely. So we went to lunch and totally connected. And he started talking to me about, like, I was all business and he was talking to me all about relationships and about his ex and stuff. And I was like, I think this guy kind of likes me.
Yeah, I love it.
So I was all excited. So then the next day he's like, well, let me take you and your sister to lunch, and then I'll just take you guys to the airport so you don't have to take a taxi. So we get to lunch, and he totally gave us a sales pitch. Like, he wanted us to open up a franchise, one of his franchises in Sioux Falls, build a business, and then he would help us build it and sell it for like, he's like $5 million. Wouldn't that be great if we all walked away with, you know, $1.5 million, whatever? And I was like, and Danielle was like, what just happened? We were both just like, what just happened? Like, we're not gonna build your business and do this whole thing. I felt so stupid. And then I was like, you know what? I got 1 free lunches and a ride to the airport. And I met a really nice dude. I don't have to buy the franchise. It's like, you know what I mean? Whatever. But I used it and it didn't hurt anything. But I was like, I thought he liked me. And then I was like, oh, he's just using me.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm reading this all wrong, maybe. But you gave him a bad vibe because you talked business the whole time. Did you at least flirt? Wink.
Ooh.
Cleavage?
I'll get my flirt on.
Yeah.
I did.
Like, hey, I like your pocket protector. You can't do it like that.
Yeah, but it was...
Baby, what's happening? That's what we say. Baby, what's happening?
Listen to the master.
That's right.
Well,
how people would like you so much more if you would have extra $5 million.
He may have thought the same thing, though. Honestly, because you kept it on business. Oh, she's not digging it. I'm talking relationships, and she's keeping it 100.
That's why I love this group, and because we have the male and the female perspective on these things, and from all different angles. That is so perfect.
Yeah.
All right.
My point just reminded me a lot of the first couple chapters when she's talking about the guy who got divorced and he's trying to go over to the girl. And then he's like, in the book, she's like, did he hit the girl? And then she goes, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
that's true.
It doesn't matter.
That is true.
She gave him a pitch for an MLM thing.
Yeah. So, Dana, did you do a deal? Are you going to do a franchise thing? Are you going to do it?
No.
Yeah, what kind of business is it?
He has a company. It's a really good plan, you guys. It's just that he's trying to sell us something that's not made yet. Like his business plan, like he's really smart. He worked for these big banks in New York, and I mean he knows what he's talking about. He's definitely very smart and very talented, but he's trying to sell us a product he hasn't even built yet. You know, like he has this company in Pat and Chuck, we could probably talk about it later because it's a great idea. So he has this company called Limited, and it's Limited Colorado. And what he wants to do is start up like a Limited South Dakota. And Limited Nebraska and like, open that up. And then, but he hasn't even built a business yet. So he wants us to open a limited franchise, make it limited South Dakota, build it up and then sell it. Because his philosophy is like, there's more money in making real estate than selling widgets. Like he's saying, you can sell real estate for, 30 years, or you can sell real estate for 5 years and then sell it and have a $5 million acquisition, it's a really great concept. It's just that, to make that happen, that hasn't happened much in South Dakota. So we would be like the first people, like if a real estate company gets taken over in South Dakota, in our market, it's because they're not performing and they're dying, so they sell it for peanuts, not for $5 million.
Right.
So it's a really good concept. And I think it's like, it was really worth my time because he really opened my eyes to like he gave all of these examples of banks that or businesses that, because he was in commercial real estate. Yeah. So he was very well rehearsed and he had a lot of examples and he was very savvy, but I just don't know if it would
Dana,
work.
What did you tell him when he's like, hey, what did you tell him?
He just said, he goes, well, think about it. And he goes, he just said, think about it and let me know what you guys want to do. And we're like, we don't think we're really interested in doing that, but
that isn't exactly what you wanted to do.
What's that?
That isn't exactly what you wanted to do.
Yeah, it's not what we'd want to do, but it was a very good, it made us think about things and we were like, okay, well, we took bits and pieces of it.
I love that. That's
There's
great.
Always something to gain.
Yeah, great takeaway.
There's always something to gain.
Yeah.
She did. She did the rule 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I hadn't used it yet, but you still had courage to do it.
Yeah, Dana, we're proud of you, girl.
Yeah, it was worth it because he's a good person to know, and he had a lot of really good ideas. He's a business savvy guy. He knows what he's doing, so it was worth it. But
yeah,
good connection. Really good
time working for.
He missed out.
He's cute too. He's cute too.
Yeah, he's cute.
He totally missed out. So he's not that smart then.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, sorry to derail us, but I used it, so it was good.
It's okay. I'm glad you didn't egg his car.
Me too.
Oh, so you're not interested at all of this? Tap, 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 tap.
It's time for mute, honey.
You could have stood up, turned around,
Can you do my
and said,
voice
but what
again?
about this?
How did I sound?
You're on mute, Terrell. I think Terrell's on mute.
All right.
That's funny. Okay, sorry to distract us. Go ahead.
That was a great story. That's a good story.
Well, you can always tell when Pat's leading. We go.
I know. What happened here?
There's no back on the book. Yeah,
I
let's
read
get back
back
to
on
the
the
book.
book.
Back to the book. I'm going to take the reins here.
All right, if you want to lose weight, follow a diet and regularly exercise. There's only one thing you must do. Stop thinking about how you feel. Your feelings don't matter. The only thing that matters is what you do.
Yeah.
That's a takeaway for the day right there.
Yes.
Yes.
The only thing. So exercise is 100% mental. Your body won't go where your mind doesn't push it. That's why the 5-second rule is game-changing for your health. And they had that example of the guy, Charlie. He weighed, I don't know what he weighed, 383 pounds.
That's crazy.
And then his current weight was 238. He went from a 54 waist to a 37 waist. And it not only changed his life, he actually then became a coach. And it totally, it just changed his whole outlook on life. And if you could see his picture, that's what he
It takes a lot of mental, I don't know, strength, mental strength to go from that size and change a lot of habits.
Yeah.
To go down to 30-something wins. That's a lot.
Have you guys read that, or have you guys watched that Fat, Sick, and Almost Dead, or whatever the movie is?
Yes.
Yeah.
You've
No.
seen it?
Yes.
I've seen it too, and I started, Terrell, that's when I started juicing, and then Terrell started juicing, and that's like my whole, that documentary started my whole journey to being a vegan.
That is amazing.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. If you guys haven't seen it, it's a good, I mean, it's valuable to watch. I fast forwarded through a lot of it because it's really long and it was boring to me, but the message was strong.
Oh,
You know, we watched something similar to that on Netflix, and it was on the meat industry.
What the heck?
What
Is
the
it
hell?
called What the Health?
Yeah,
What the hell? That's the one that got me, CJ.
but
That baptized me.
it did, but it didn't, because we started sharing it with people, and they were like, "Well, the same can be said about the vegetable industry as well."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Well, shit, can't win. I might as well keep eating bacon. The hell with it. All of it's messed up over here."
Yeah, you're right. You could build a case for, the pesticides and the topsoil, and I mean, you really could.
Well, what's weird too is, in foreign countries, Europe, that's out of the country or world, they outlawed that stuff. They said it's illegal.
It's true.
So it's like, if I don't move to Europe, what do I do?
Yeah, it's
So-
especially like it was funny when I visited my country, like this time, some of the fruits and vegetables, they don't look perfect, they look real, they have imperfections, but man, do they taste amazing because they kind of like heritage, they're not modified genetically or whatever, they are imperfect, so they have imperfections, but they are delicious, and they are it's really interesting because I wish people would stop doing this to the plants as well, adding all this bad stuff, but I don't know.
Putting profit above health.
I don't know.
So the guy Charlie, for 529 straight days, he pushed himself to keep the promise he made to himself. Why? Not because he felt like it, but because he said he would. So if Charlie spent the last 529 days thinking about losing 176 pounds instead of juicing, what would have happened? Nothing.
Yeah.
So they both found, Charlie and this other lady, Alexandra, had both found that when you follow your instincts to lead a healthier lifestyle by taking a courageous action, change starts to happen in your life. Courage is what is required to lose weight, because sometimes the gap between where you are and where you want to be is so huge that we can't even face how much work we have to do.
Mm-hmm. But it's a tiny piece at a time. Guys, what really strikes me is that it's just a consistency of a tiny little, every day he lost some ounces. He didn't lose 153 or whatever pounds. Every day he lost some little amount of ounces. And that kind of inspires me to what I want to do on different areas of life. That the big gaps that you see is if you just divide it in 365, it's not so big every day.
And then she talks about Mark. Mark is using his Instagram friends to hold him accountable. 5,000 push-ups in a month.
Wow.
Yeah. And so decided to take my fitness to another level by announcing to my Facebook Nation that I would do 5,000 push-ups, 2,000 pull-ups, and run 200 kilometers in the month of July.
That's badass. What is 5,000 pull-ups or push-ups equal to a day?
You know what? Because I've been really into my Netflix lately, and I know it's not that great to do that. Probably really bad to do it. But there's one show I absolutely love. So I'm making myself do 5, 2, 3, 2, 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They don't have breaks. You don't have advertisements even. So I get up and then I'm trying to do do stuff on the floor, like sit-ups, push-ups, or whatever in between, just to keep moving. or get up and go do something and come back. Because I'd love to have that show on right now. It's that Frankie and Grace. Have you seen that?
Oh my gosh. That is
you love
such a
it?
good show.
It is so funny. Okay, but anyway, at least I'm getting up and doing something. You made me think of it, CJ, when you said that about, getting like the push-ups or whatever in. At least I'm moving.
It's 162 push-ups a day, CJ.
Wow.
That's doable. I mean, you don't have to do them all at one time, but if you did a set in the morning and a set in the afternoon, that's totally doable.
Yeah,
You do 162 in a day, CJ?
Hell no. But it can be done.
Yes.
Can everybody identify something that they need to use the rule for? Like, I'm not saying like, even like our diet or our exercise or whatever, but even just something really little.
Both for me. And I used
What
it
is it?
yesterday when I grocery shop. Like, I used it yesterday when I grocery shop. Like, Ruslan was picking up all kinds of sweets, and I'm like, no, honey, we're going to another department. So, yeah, I'm going to use it to improve my consistency with workout and, the diet part too. So, yeah.
Yeah.
What about you guys?
Last week, well, I've been meaning to volunteer for the Bowdoin Youth Center for like a year. And last year, I just 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 picked up the phone and called it. So I got a meeting with them this week I'm really excited about. So I used it last week for that. And then one thing I need to use it for moving forward is our videos. Like our conference was all about videos. My coach has been telling me you have to do video. Chuck and Pat, I know you guys use a ton of video. Terrell, you do some awesome lives. Like, I need to start doing videos, but then I start like, oh, well, I look dumb, or what if so-and-so sees it or whatever, and I just need to do it. So that's what I'm going to be working on this week.
The ones you do are amazing. You take to it like a duck to water. They're really good.
Yeah, thank you. If you guys want, I would be open to doing like a quick recap of what I learned and just sharing with you guys what I learned, a couple points, what I learned from this week, because it was really helpful. It was all about Facebook and getting leads from Facebook, which is, you guys know me, I'm old school, like cold calling and mailers and all that. Like, so it was an eye opener for me. So if you want me to, I'm happy to do it.
Oh, let's take a day and do that, don't you think? Have you bring it?
Yeah, I love that.
I do too.
Yeah, we need that too, because we're really old school also.
Yeah. Well, and you guys are doing a lot. I mean, you guys are doing some new stuff like the video, which is just awesome. But anyways, who else? What else do you guys? I want to get some ideas from you.
I used it for the get up in the morning, because instead of hitting the alarm clock and snoozing and laying there, like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, get up. It seemed to work.
I'm working for me being kinder to my dad, because right now he's really in a negative zone, and I don't like the negativity, but I have to be kind to him. You do not meet negativity with more of it, or being brisk or crisp. So it's really working for me to do that. Be kind and soft with him. I have to use it, or I get real.
Just remember that he's a child now. He's not your dad now. He's now your child.
He's miserable. I know.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
You what, Pat?
That's a very good point.
Yeah.
What Veronica said, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Say it one more time, Veronica. I want to get it in my head.
Oh, that he's not your dad now. At this point, he's your child. You can't be angry at him. He has no control over what's happening right now. Very little. So he's basically your baby now, and you are the parent.
You need to be sweet to him. Yeah. I can do it with babies. Okay.
Yeah. And he deserves it from you.
Yeah. But the rule works. She's right. You can apply it in everything. Like she said, health, productivity, procrastination. That works in every one of those, or relationships, all of it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it really does. It really does.
One of our best things.
If you want to, if you want to really change it and stop talking about it. Like yesterday, I told myself, okay, I have to stop thinking about something and actually do this. So for me, it's definitely workout, because I'm on and off. Like I like to be outside a lot, but I don't use all muscles when I outside. I just enjoy the air. So I need to get busy. I know exactly what I need to do, by the way. It's
Veronica, I want to use the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 the next time you take a tour to Turkey and Russia and stuff like that, where you guys went. I want to go with Eden. I want to.
Okay, that would be awesome.
Really bad.
That would be awesome, man. I would love it. I'll let you know when the next date is. I don't know yet, but yes, I'd love it. Yeah, and you would love it for sure. I just know that. Because if you
I'm always nervous going away. I'm afraid I won't come home. One of these times I'm going to go somewhere and not come home. But
What?
Oh, you will. You know, this is, Dana, this is kind of the fears that we built when we stopped traveling overseas. Like I told you how I was excited, but I was also scared. I think we build this when we get out of shape. Like I was just saying, we build this. Oh my God, travel is so scary just because we don't do it often enough. That's all.
So she also says maybe your health challenge isn't about the gym. Maybe it's about something scary like fighting an illness. You aren't alone, and you need courage every day to heal, to live, and stay strong. And I thought that was really good how she just didn't make it about the gym.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The 5-second rule is a tool that you can use to find the inner strength to face serious illness. And then about Amy Robach, the host of Good Morning America, was asked to have her first ever mammogram, which I couldn't believe she never had a mammogram. So she had that live on air during Breast Cancer Awareness Month, which, by the way, is this month. So whoever's due for a mammogram, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And her initial response was no way, no how. So anyway, she did have it done, and she ended up, her screening was live on TV, and that saved her life because she actually was diagnosed with breast cancer. She actually had a double mastectomy, 8 rounds of chemotherapy, and today is cancer-free. So if she didn't have that, she may have, died from it. And it says improving your health is all about action. So if you don't take action, you never know where you could be.
Yeah.
It comes down to action.
It always comes down to, and massive action.
And a lot of the other books have dealt with the thing with feelings too. Override feelings, get your thinking in charge. But I really like this one because her focus is more on the actual, what you're going to do.
Yes.
I mean, it really does, doesn't it, Veronica?
Yeah, like do this, and then your feelings will change. Like ignore the feeling, do the thing, and trust me, you will feel better.
Yeah, it's get out of your head.
Yeah, I absolutely love it.
And let's do something with it. Move your legs, move your arms, whatever.
Yeah, I went 3 times to the gym last week because I was like, it's like rain. I'm like, okay. So I'm always now thinking about this. You have to do it, and you never regret. Like you never go out running or do some things. I'm like, man, I wish I'd stay home.
Well, Yolanda, did you share what you were doing, using it with? I missed it if you did. I'm sorry. How are you using it?
We're staying in bed.
What?
I said we're staying in bed.
Oh.
I mean.
I didn't get to share because I'm doing Bus Stop Chronicles right now. I'll come back to you guys in a few.
Okay.
So she says Mel says about life is about the choices we make. And I've said over and over in this book that you can always choose how you act. If you have goals to get healthy, what you need to do is usually straightforward. Pick a plan to follow. Any plan will do. And then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. The only thing you will need to choose after that is choosing each and every day to do it, even though you really, really, really don't feel like you want to do it. I said that what you need to do is simple. I didn't say it would be easy. I promise you it will be worth it. Exercise and health come down to one simple rule. You don't have to feel like it, you just have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that goes for anything else that she's going to say in the book, is that, you know, we get our feelings in the way. Oh, I don't feel like doing that. Oh, I don't feel like doing this. And like you just said, you know, he feels like hitting the snooze button because he wants to stay in bed a few more minutes. Well, then he does the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He doesn't hit it, and he gets up and he goes running even before the book club.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you think about if you know somebody else that you know could use the rule, and you know they're just like, once you get your eyes open, you know how it is, you become like an evangelist or something.
Give them the book.
You can't really push it on people. Like I've sent the book to people, but yes, that's all you can do, isn't it? Just leave them alone.
Yeah, you can, that old saying, you know, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink.
Right.
Yeah, you just have to understand they're not likely to do it.
Yeah.
But someone told me a long time ago that when you get healthy, if the people that are surrounding you that are really close to you will get healthy too.
Yeah.
You know, most of the time, you know, they'll either get healthy or they'll
start to hate you.
Or buy their own groceries.
Hate you and move away.
Or they won't be hanging around you anymore.
Yeah, or they will see. I mean, if people see your result, that's the best push. Like, instead of trying to convince them and tell them how great it is, just do what you do, and that, you know, and just be the representative. Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah.
But it's tempting.
I need to use the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 rule with the gym. I don't go. I just avoid it because I have this thing in my head that if I don't get my food under control anyway, I'm wasting my time.
Yeah.
The other thing that happened is I had to get new blood work done. Everything came back tip-top amazing shape, with the exception of body fat, which is very high. So I felt really good, ignoring the one bad thing and applauding the other 9 good things. So it definitely made me not 100% interested in, you know, going to the gym still, since I can't get my food under control, which is why I watched For Health and Vegucated and Eat This, Not That, all those shows. I binge watched them on one Saturday. I watched them all together, and I was very traumatized for a good 2 weeks.
What did you watch? What did you watch?
What the Health, Educated.
Yeah.
Eat This, Not That, Inc. Supersize Me, and one more thing. I don't remember what the other one was. There were 6 shows I watched.
Wow.
Anyway, and so that trauma pushed me into not eating meat and going very veggie related. But then I noticed I started eating seafood, which, of course, I equated that to what the people in the Bible days ate, which was fish and stuff I could see, as opposed to spices, not as food. I came back from vacation, so I ate meat.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole time I'm eating it, I'm struggling because in my head I'm seeing those cows, I'm seeing those chickens, I'm seeing those. So I think I am done with the meat. But I'm gonna still eat seafood, but I still need to use the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 rule and stay off every meat, including fish and shrimp. Also, those are the things I need to use it for. That and the gym. The things I already use it for is pretty much to get everything done around my house. We have a goal, and of course CJ is task driven, so his part of it get done immediately. And even if he miss it, he get up and I guess he's using the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 rule also. But I just wait till the last minute and do it when I feel like it. So that's where I've been using it more often to get those things done.
Did you guys use it with the decision to list with Pat and Chuck? To list the house from the move? Was that a part of it at all? I knew you'd been thinking about it way before this book, but did it have anything to do with it, your timing?
No, the Pat and Chuck had this listing for a month. We just hadn't moved forward on it. It came out a month ago. and took a look and, you know, did all that. We were still on the other book. We kind of sort of did it because I kept seeing how quickly those houses in my neighborhood was going and how much higher the market kept going. I was like, okay, it has to bottom out at some point, so we have to move now. And maybe we did say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, but I didn't know about the book then.
Yeah, cool.
For me, working out, just to speak to your, what I used to tell myself what you did about working out, well, like, until I get my food under control, what good does it do working out? I've done that before too. But instead, what I changed my mentality was, okay, if I don't do it for the food, just do it for my health, my heart, my joints, my flexibility. Start there. And then maybe if I see benefits, it will help push me to then correct my diet. And it actually did. The more I worked out, the less I wanted to, quote, ruin what I had done working out. So
Christine, whose friend are you? Welcome. I mean, I didn't get to, I missed the introduction, obviously. What?
No, sorry. I'm a next Tommy. I'm work here near in the Orlando area. I'm a real estate agent for Next Home. And I kept seeing, Pat and I think connected. We went to a conference last year and connected on Facebook, and I keep seeing her Facebook posts about the 5 a.m. book club. And I am just a voracious reader and was very interested in the book club and inboxed her on Facebook. So I really appreciate her letting me join the group.
Hey, we do. We love having you.
And next time I did the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We were saying, what do we use it for? For me, it's mini focus all throughout the day. I squirrel a lot. Like what? You know. So this morning, like, she invited me a week ago, and I'm like, why do I keep pushing it off? Which is why I've got my video blank today. I'm like, wow, I'm not ready for video. So, so instead of putting it off this morning, I'm like, you say that every morning that you won't join because you're, quote, not ready. So I just made myself this morning, or
don't worry about it.
Get off Facebook, or just to bring my focus. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is to bring my focus.
Yeah, wonderful.
Christine, I'll give you a quick rundown on some of the other people you're seeing here. CJ runs a business, a video production business, and his wife Yolanda, who's on there separately, she runs a coffee business and also I guess a coaching business would be a best way of saying it, Yolanda? Coaching business?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and then Veronica's area of expertise is international business, and she has 2 different businesses that are related to international business. Dana is also an agent. She's a top producing agent in Sioux Falls. And absent today is our actual leader, Abdul, and he's a coach and author and all-around genius guy, and he's the one that started the group. And Terrell runs a business in personal safety. And she teaches people how to be safe out there in the cruel world. And she's also a criminal justice professor.
She's in Sioux Falls also.
Yeah, and she's also in Sioux Falls.
And so is Abdul. He's in Sioux Falls. So Dana, Terrell, and Abdul are in Sioux Falls. So they're actually getting up an hour earlier. It's actually called the 5 a.m. book club because for them,
it is 5 a.m. for them.
Yeah, awesome. That was a great book too, if anyone hasn't read it. I mean, that was...
What book?
The 5 a.m. Miracle Morning.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Miracle Morning.
That was the book that kicked off this group. Was The Miracle Morning.
Yeah, The Miracle Morning.
by Hal Elrod. And that was the very first book that we all did together.
So quick question on future books. Is there a place are we using to know what book is next?
Yes. Yeah, we have a secret list.
Okay.
And I'll share that with you.
Thank you.
And if you have suggestions for books, Terrell and I are keepers of the list. So just let either me or her know, and we'll work it into the list.
Awesome. Thank you.
And if he's not friends with you on Facebook, he will be today.
If we decide that we want to know. All right.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Great job, Pat. You're like herding cats today, but you did a good job with us.
Yeah, everybody's always all over the place on Monday.
But it was so great. It was a great call. Thank you.
I don't know about you guys, but I like Monday.
I do too,
Yeah.
Chuck.
I can't wait to get started on Monday.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
All right, love you guys. See you later.
Guys.
Thank you so much for having me. Thanks.
Thanks. I hope you enjoyed
Thanks,
it.
Christine. Hope you join us again tomorrow and see if this group's for you.
I will. Thank you so much. Have a great day, everyone.
Have a great day, everybody.